I am here to talk about data products. And this is a topic that seems to be quite trendy these days. I'm hearing it more and more. And like any technology trend, there's just so many different ideas about what it means and how you should approach it. And it causes a lot of confusion. I am well placed to help you sort all of this out. The oldest references I could find for data products were from Strata 2011. A lot of the data products that come from this point in time, we're talking about 2010 to 2015 kind of things. LinkedIn, we just saw. Netflix had its famous personalization challenge, recommending the videos that you're most likely to watch based on your viewership history. Yelp allows crowdsource restaurant reviews and then helps you find restaurants you're going to like. And the key here is that those products use data to drive the user experience. And Mike Lukide said it very well in his book from that era. Data products are not about data. They're about enabling users to do whatever they want, which often has little to do with data. Big sources of confusion around data products is between the set of people who used to work on data products at LinkedIn and Netflix. And it wasn't that long ago, so a lot of us are still around. Modern write-ups, as I said, like things from 2018, things that we're running into today, that actually do talk quite a bit about dashboards. And the first time that I ran into it, I was extremely confused. I'm like, this is not a data product, this is a dashboard. What in the world are you talking about? But language evolves, and this is fine. We're going to talk about both. But when you evaluate your problems and you evaluate the solutions, we will keep pointing out those differences, because I think a lot of pain happens when you take a product that was meant for one thing and you apply it for something that is very different. So the Maslow hierarchy of data. First of all, we start with internal dashboards. Those are the beginning, because without good internal data visibility, you pretty much don't have a business. If baseline expectations of your users. So no matter what you build, your users will think that, especially for business applications, they will think, hey, you have a lot of my data. Can you give me access to it? I want to view it in different ways. And if your product is B2B and you don't have it, you're probably already hearing from customers that something is missing. And because they don't actually want to slice and dice data, they probably want to actually achieve something. So this is the next thing in line, creating this really better next level user experience in your product. If you want to do innovative machine learning things, you should definitely buy products to do them. But the problem happens when you buy tools for the top of the pyramid and then you think you can use them to solve things that you actually need, which are at the bottom of the pyramid. This does not end well. Different data products have different requirements and require different tools. And the challenge is the fact that this is actually mission critical. And a lot of the problem is from the fact that the data warehouse traditionally and the pipelines traditionally are not owned by an engineering org. They are owned by engineers that are closely aligned to the business. Framework for thinking about those organizational problems that are usually not technical problems, in my mind, is data mesh. So the first is that every product that you are building has an equal and parallel data product. So if the example that the book gave was Spotify. So if you're building a music player, you actually also have a lot of data coming out of it. Who is listening to what music, what is trending, etc., etc. The overall lesson is not around technology. It is around ownership. Even internal data products need owners that think about the needs of the users, both in terms of just, I want to slice data this way versus the other way, but also around things like uptime of the pipeline, discoverability of the data, governance, privacy. All those things require a sense of ownership. External dashboards are usually driven by the engineers who build the product. One day they got a requirement, the customers want a report. Not a problem, says the full stack engineer who is not a data engineer. He does not think about building a data pipeline. He says, I know how to query the database. Report is clearly just different queries. I will put a button with more queries on the database. Not a problem at all. And they expect it on the reporting, and they definitely expect that no matter what they ask in the report, the rest of the website will keep being fast. And they are fantastic when you have very wide data, just data with a lot of dimensions, high cardinality. And when there is a lot of ways for users to slice and dice the data, I want to cut it down by region, by gender, by this, by that, and then aggregate it and compare this to that. A lot of the basic reporting needs are absolutely covered there, and they can do it incredibly fast. And again, I'm going to be audacious. I don't know your product, but I think you do need it, because if you have smart products, they will create better user experience. It will lead to more successful users, which will make your product and business successful. So there is a lot of smartness that may be completely unique to your product and I cannot tell you anything about, but things like in-product support, in-product training, marketing, customer success, all those things are common to every business, and in a lot of places the smartness in the product, those helping make decisions, is going to be useful, because really those smart products are about delivering a really great next level user experience. It's really about designing. It's not just about the product being smart. It's about the experience helps user make decisions rather than the product makes all my decisions for me. Because the results are small and personal, you can actually have a big processing layer, big data, data lake house, all those things, do the heavy processing in those really serious massively parallel machine learning, heavily algorithmic, heavy compute layer, and then push the results to a key value store where it basically says if this is the user, gives them this result. It does highlight though an essential tension that some data stores are great at sophisticated analysis, some are great at low latency, and of course users want both of them. So you kind of end up having multiple databases, shuttling data between all of them, and you may end up feeling, I may be doing something wrong. But in my view, you're doing the only thing possible to create the experience that both external and internal users really want. A data platform could take the best capabilities of multiple databases, wrap it up in a usable way, and do everything for you. But each database has to be optimized for a specific point on that continuum. Here's the key points. With that in mind, thank you so much for attending. I want to ask for a quick favor. If you're building infrastructure SaaS, database as a service, ETL as a service, reverse ETL as a service, machine learning as a service, all those things, or if you're in general interested in the control plane architecture, where you have a control plane and a data plane, all those things are very core to what we're building, and they have very unique data challenges. Please contact me. I would love to talk to you about how you're seeing this space. And of course, also feel free to contact me about questions that are far more relevant for this session.